Alright. Second time trying to make this video. Server crashes on me. But let's get it going. It's your boy Savage, Bronzebeard, Ascension WoW. I wanted to talk to you guys, set up another video for talking about PvP on my hunter. And it's basically a marksman guide. I don't really play the other two specs, but maybe I'll make some videos on those whenever I get around to it. But for now, I wanted to make a video about Marksman. So we'll go through my spec real quick. This is what I've been running in BGs and in high risk. 2 out of 2 concussive shots. 5 out of 5 lethal shot. 3 out of 3 careful aim. This is good because I got a little bit of int now, and it gives you 100% of whatever you have int and attack power. So with the new PvP sets and everything, you get some intellect. Right now I'm setting at 128, so this gives me 128 attack power. 5 out of 5 mortal shots. Aim shot. 3 out of 3 efficiency. 3 out of 3 improved stings. I didn't have this before, but now that I'm using Chimera and everything and Expunge, you'll see that in a minute. This makes a lot more sense. 2 out of 2 concussive barrage. Now that you're using Chimera a lot more, this will come in handy for dazing targets for 4 seconds. Readiness. 3 out of 3 barrage for your multi-shot aim shot damage. Increased damage. Combat experience gives you more agility and intellect. 3 out of 3 ranged weapon specialization gives you 6%. True shot aura. Improved barrage. Again for the critical strike chance of multi-shot, aim shot, quick shot, whatever you decide to use, but mainly for the aim shot. I don't really care about volley. That's more of a PvE talent, but it's pretty good in PvE. Master Marksman. This is really good for the mana too, by the way. It reduces the mana cost by 25% for your main shots. Silencing shot. It's great for somebody trying to burst you down, like a lava burst or something. You can silence them. They're kind of standing there for 3 seconds. Silence a healer, a paladin, whatever you need to do. Wild quiver. This is pretty good. Give you a little extra damage. This is huge now for the build that I'm running with the enchants that I'm running. I'll show you that in a minute. But it basically gives it boosts your damage on your aim shot and chimera shot by 15% and your arcane shot. And it reduced the mana cost again, which kind of ties into this and this. So Mark for Death. No brainer. Got to get it. It improves your damage and your pet's abilities and a critical strike chance. It's just awesome. You have to get this. Chimera shot. Definitely got to get it. And I'll talk about that here. Alright, so your active enchants. My blues are mostly defensive. Is it's the game is the game all around is really bursty right now. Most classes will burst you down in a couple seconds. If there's 2 people hitting you, it's done if you don't have any kind of defensives going. This is for 10 more stam. You could arguably put some other glyphs in here for sure, like entrapment or whatever. I was running entrapment for a while. It's really good in BGs. But the 10% stam is nice. This is undebatable in my opinion. I get disarmed all the time by rogues and warriors, so you really want to have this. It's 50% chance. The weapon chain is 30% reduction, and this is 50% reduction. Plus it gives you 3% parry. Gotta have it. This right here is 6 yards on your ranged weapons, range attacks. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Gotta have it, especially like in high risk where if I can get on a shaman or a warrior pretty far out and they won't be able to get to me, and I'm still tearing them up from 40 yards out. You know, it's pretty good. We'll go through the blues first. Here we go. Reduce damage by 4% and increases the crit chance of arcane, steady, and explosive. So I use a lot of steady shots and arcane shots, so this is nice. Plus it gives me a 4% damage reduction overall. Scatter's a no-brainer. You got to have it. Gets guys off you immediately, especially if it's just you and him in high risk or whatever, and you don't have any dots on them yet. You can scatter them and just get your distance or trap them, whatever you want to do. Recently started this one, Aspect Mastery, um, mainly for the damage reduction of 5% while you're in Monkey and the 30% attack power bonus in Hawk. I think it's pretty good. You could switch that out, like I said, for one of these, like, you know, live for the Hawk or whatever you want to do. But I like this, especially for BGs and high risk. The epics that I run are Mark Detonation. So what you do, this is kind of my my setup, is I'll Serpent Sting a guy, then I'll steady shot, or I'll Serpent Sting, then I'll mark, Hunter's Mark, then I'll steady shot to set up aim shot, and then I'll Chimera. And then I'll follow that up probably with our arcane shot. And that's a lot of burst. The reason you want to use Chimera is for expunge. Like, this is a lot of damage. It puts a dot on them, and then when they die, it spreads out and everything. It's really good in BGs and in high risk. The only problem is you can't trap them. So you got to keep that in mind when you're running this. This is this improves the steady shot chance, improves steady shot chance by 100% to trigger, which is this right here. So every time you steady shot, it's going to increase the damage of your other shots that you're doing by 15%, and it's going to reduce the mana cost. So this is really nice to have with this. And then I have Deadly Aim, which gives my auto shots a chance to reset my aim shot and multi-shot. But I mainly really I don't multi-shot a lot. I mainly just use it for aim shot because aim shot does a lot of damage. Plus, it's a mortal strike effect on them for 10 seconds. So I'll put this on a guy they're trying to heal, or I'll put it on a healer, and their healing reduction is by 50%. So it's really nice. I use post haste. I've been using this for a little while. I was using turtle, but I find that post haste I get more use out of it, especially in high risk and in 1v1s. Turtle's good if you're trying to hold down like a flag or something. It's better. But I find that in BGs nowadays, especially, and in out in the world, this is the superior talent. So all this together kind of makes you bursty and survive a little bit better. Now we'll talk about the gear a little bit. I'm mainly running Bloodforged Beaststalkers here. I got all this before the new PvP gear came out. I think that they're kind of really similar in a way. You could, if you have enough, if you're playing a lot of BGs and stuff, you can get a lot more honor and just get this whole set instead of buying this stuff and save yourself the money. That's probably what I would do if I had a lot of time to play to BG and everything. I would just PvP and get the PvP set because it's comparable to the Bloodforged set. If you got a lot of gold or you get lucky with drops out in high risk, you can just get this stuff. This is from the PvP vendor here. So is this. So my cloak, my neck, and my rings are from the PvP vendor. I got the new, or the better trinket for a 2-minute cooldown instead of 5 minutes. My bow is from Western Plaguelands in a house surrounded by some horde NPCs. So if you're Alliance like me, you got to go in there and kind of feign death or whatever, or die and then get it. I think if you're horde, you can just walk in and pick it up. It's on a table inside the house. In Western Plaguelands, I got 2 bone slicing hatchets with agility on them. I got these for, not only are they got a lot of agility, but they got hit on it too, and I kind of needed hit. I don't have a lot of hit from the rest of my gear, and I'm using thorium headed arrows. I think those are the best out right now. So I haven't enchanted some of my gear, so yeah, I need to get around to doing that. I got the weapons mainly, and then I just got these, so I'm going to put the speed enchant on that, and they got some new enchants for belts and for legs and everything, and I'm going to get that. I need to get some more high risk materials, and then you can kind of use the new enchants and everything, but everything's really expensive right now, so keep that in mind. For the pets, I've been using a wolf mainly. I think he's dead right now. Oh, there he is. So I've been using a wolf mainly. I will switch it out sometimes for either a bear if I'm doing PvE, or sometimes I'll switch it out for a spider. The spiders have the root. It's a 4-second root. I've seen a lot of guys using Chimera now too because of the slow. It kind of perma-slows people. I think there's a DR on it, but I'm not sure what the DR is. The cat's good for like if you want to stealth around and everything, but it's so slow in stealth. So, you know, if you're gonna flag, like protect the flag or something, you could, and you're a night elf like me, you can stealth or shadow meld and then have your cat shadow melded too, which is nice. I do think night elf is probably the most superior of the races for hunter, because this gives you a second feign. It's actually a better feign, to be honest. Like especially in PvE, you know, a lot of times I'll feign and then I'll get aggro back. As soon as I come out of feign death, I'll get aggro back. It like the longer you stay feign death, the less aggro you'll have. Like it's really weird how it works on this server. Whereas if I pop Shadow Meld, I immediately drop all aggro, and they don't come back to me. And in PvP, it comes out handy too, because you know if somebody's trying to burst me, I'll just Shadow Meld, and they got to come find me, or you know hope a dot brings me back out, or I can get behind cover. You know it'll drop the target basically, and then I can feign if I need to. So it's really good, especially if a Beast Mastery puts his pet on me or whatever. I can do that. So I have 2 ways of getting his pet off me, at least for a second, so I can get distance or I can trap or whatever. So I do think Night Elf is the best for Hunter, but you can make all of them work. I mean, it's just a little bit of an advantage, I think, especially out in the open world. Like sometimes guys will come after me. I'll turn a corner and I'll shadow meld, and they'll drop the target and be like, okay, I have no idea where he's at, you know. And anyway, especially if my pet's not out. So let's see, what else we want to talk about. Talked about talents. We talked about enchants. I know there was some criticism on my last video, and it was valid, but that was mainly because it was a fun build for pre-60. And I think this is more of a, you know, a working build for a 60. And I'll probably make a video for arenas. This is more of a video for BGs and high risk and 1v1s. For arenas, I would probably go either this build or BM with a healer, because you will get destroyed if you don't have a healer, in my experience. So uh, I'll probably come out with a BM video soon, and I need to get more enchants for BM. I've kind of ignored them a little bit, but the gear shouldn't have to change that much, and it shouldn't take me long to kind of figure that out. I do have extra specs to use, so I'm probably gonna make a BM video soon. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to look at, and we'll get it done. I wish we had Dragonhawk, by the way. That would be so dope if we could get that. But alas, no Dragonhawk. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Give me a subscribe and a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't, give me your criticism, and I'll try to do better next time and make another video. Peace out.